Hi, welcome back. It's Dr. Duane from Valley Rehab Physical Therapy. Today we're going to be talking about bunions. Bunions are pain in your toes. Oftentimes they're caused by squeezing our toes together in shoes. So the first thing about bunions, it's sort of when our toes get squeezed together, our bone here will start to get inflamed and start to actually grow outwards and create almost a bone spur. Oftentimes, when our toes get squeezed together in our shoes, it puts a ton of stress here. So one of the easiest ways that we can go about this in helping it is getting a toe spreader here like this. These are yoga toes. I just found them on Amazon. Actually, my sister deals with the bunions, so she recommended yoga toes because her podiatrist actually turned her on to them. Very simple. You just slot your toes in each of these and then you wear them. So now that you have this on, some protocols for this is to start very, very short period of time because it can get really achy really, really quickly. If you can't tolerate this at all because the bunion is so bad and there's a lot of arthritis in the joint and you can't even get one of these on, I recommend you call the podiatrist and they'll probably order some imaging and just see how bad things are. So don't force yourself to wear these. I normally started with 15 minutes per day and sort of worked my way up to an hour or more, but slowly increasing the time period because it can get pretty achy after a while. Other than the toe spreaders, these are some other things you can do that's pretty simple. What we're going to do is we're going to take our big toe here and we're just going to pull it this way away from the other toes very gently. You can feel some stretch in the joint here. Sometimes people feel a lot of pain there, so we don't want to force it past any large increments of pain here. So we're just going to move it. We're going to feel a little bit of a stretch here. We're going to hold for 3 seconds, then we're going to bring it back in. We're going to do 10 repetitions there, and then we're going to very gently put our fingers in between our toes and just slowly try to stretch the toes apart a little bit and take about 5 seconds to sort of get our fingers in there, stretch those out, wiggle them back and forth for about 10 seconds, and then relax. Now we're just going to practice using our toes the way they were meant to be used from when we were babies. So if you've ever had a baby and you watch them with their feet, one of the very first things they start to do is they start to just spread their toes and squeeze them like that as they're laying on their back. And that's because that helps them prepare to start putting weight on their feet so their feet can actually do things, and they do that innately, okay? But when we put on a regular shoe, when we're little kids and throughout as we age, our shoes get narrower and narrower, and then our toes start to scrunch in like the shape of our shoes like this. So all we're going to do is we are going to try to practice creating that active movement in our feet to use those muscles in our feet again. So all we're doing here is we're trying to pull our toes apart as far as we can. We're going to hold that for 3 seconds, and then we're going to relax. And then we're going to squeeze our toes apart here. We're going to hold for 3 seconds, and we're going to relax. If you're trying this and you notice that you can't do it and it's really, really difficult, just take a towel roll here, and you're going to put your foot over this towel roll here. And what you're trying to do is bring your toes to the ground like that. Notice how my toes naturally spread out as my big toe and my pinky toe get closer to the ground here. And you're just going to hold that for 3 seconds, and then you're going to relax. And then you're going to squeeze that and see how my toes spread. We're going to hold, and then we're going to relax. We're going to do 10 repetitions on both sides and go from there. This next exercise is a little more of a motor programming exercise. So what we want to do is we're practicing loading this leg and transitioning to our toes as we're taking that step onto the next leg and we're pushing off. Now, one of the most important things is a lot of people will tend to turn their toes out like this and push off, and their foot will kind of roll to the inside here. And see how that pushes my toe that way and puts a lot of stress there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure our foot stays straight, and we're gonna face both of our feet in the direction we're moving, and we're just gonna take a little step in transition and shift our weight over to that foot, making sure that the ball of our foot stays down, and we extend that toe and shift the weight over onto the toe. And then we're gonna take that step back, and we're gonna shift that weight over to the toe, making sure our foot doesn't turn out like this as we go. We're just reinforcing that motor pattern there as we do this. We're gonna do this for 20 repetitions. Nice and slow and controlled. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helps your foot. Again, if you try these exercises and the pain is really intense and you feel like it's not helping, consult a podiatrist. They can get some imaging and tell you actually how bad things really are. And they can point you in a better direction on where to go next. If you haven't done so already, check out our channel. We have some other videos about feet exercises that might potentially also help you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.